Listen to me. A play. There are three characters. The first one says, no noun is renowned. The second one says, forget the air. The first one says, but you need the air. The third one says, for has nothing to do with get.
They giggle, and then they are not through with me.
And then they are sorrowful, and they know that the world will.
If they know that the world will,
it is not used that they need. Three characters.
Well, there are always more than three because air is well.
now I ask you, listen to me. You say as air is there, and so no longer three characters, but all. So as air say this.
Listen to me. There is not any way, not any day. There is a man there. And it is well done. If he likes it or not, it is well done. That is what a man is. They like to know that it is well done. What is it? Is a man is that they like to know that it is well done. If it is not well done, then he is dead. And they like to know that he is dead if it is well done. That is what a man is. They like to know that it is, if he is dead, that it is well done.
A chorus of three characters.
And then a chorus of four. But the characters, there are three characters, are not the same characters. That are four characters. Yeah. Four characters. Now come together and sing a part. They do not think, therefore, they think apart.
Since there are no men in existence anywhere except here on this earth, being man is not an easy thing to happen.
Listen to me.
And they do. It is natural that there are many. It is natural that there are few. A city says, how do you do? Or only one or two.
Swimming air.
The third character has a French poem.
Un écrivain à un écrivain. Un ami à un ami. Les années fait des années. Sinon, oui.
After all, they enjoyed themselves. And if they did not, after all, they enjoyed themselves.
After four characters have thought apart and come together, they always have to say it to each other.
And so now they do.
Listen to me.
Now they do.
And now they do. Listen to that.
A maternal.
Why is alas near to nothing? Anyone looking on would say, it is a simple story, a careful story of how they enjoy themselves. Lie, where are we?
If they do. If they do.
Yes, if they do. And then where do we go?
Curtain.
Ah, that's it. Curtain.
There are not five characters in Listen to Me. Why is that?
Will had his genius, and so he did not look for it. He did look for Lillian, and then he had Lillian.
That shows that 5 characters are not bad.
I'm watching. I'm sorry, line.
3, 4, 7.
Yeah. 3, 4, 7. Yes, because 7 is 7.
Ah, how sweet of 7 to be 7.
The painting endorsed it.
Okay, hold on for a second. That stays covered.
What's this? That's what's going on now. What do we do? So what are they doing now? They were doing I think it was in the rhyming bit.
No, that was
Well, I say is William had his Jesus. Okay.
His little boots spazzed.
okay. Okay.
Well, do we go back? Oh, no, they're changed.
Right.
So where's that?
3, 4, 5. We'll take it from 3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay.
You ready?
Go away. All right, I can.
Yes. Alice, can you put the purse on the ground?
He's on the table. So where's that?
Or,
Well, it is.
3, 4, not 5, because I will comment if it's.
3, 4, 7, yes, 7.
okay.
That's my line.
I never lived with it.
Oh,
Here it from. 3, 4, 7.
yes,
It's the end.
ready? Yes?
Yes.
3, 4, 7, yes. Because 7 is 7.
How sweet of 7 to be 7.
The last of the 7.
Okay, I'm going to stop
Yes.
because that was exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about.
What?
No, you did it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, keep going.
Oh, that looks weird.
Oh my God.
It's narrow than yes. You have to go across the on billionaire's house. 7 speaks first. What does he speak of? He speaks of the great difficulty of what anything is about.
Is about. He says is about.
About what? He says, and what is about?
Well, what is about?
No. To say what is it about puts in another word, and that is at best. Yes?
There are 7 characters and the last spoken.
Now, the next to the last speaks. Sure. No, isn't it Sweet William?
Yes.
All that was inside
Sweet
him.
William, back off.
No, that's correct.
Sweet William had his, Sweet William, yes he did, all that was inside him. Inside of dear Sweet William was found, don't you do this again. Not to be in him, but to be held up so anyone looking could see them. Dear Sweet William,
The third from the last now speaks, which is not the same as is now speaking. But is it? He says, I am 40 now, and that is funny, isn't it? I am 40 now, and that is funny.
The fourth from the last one has no reason not to have any feeling.
Well, he remembers all the time that he has not had it before.
Well, who is a genius?
He said.
And she said,
He, the fourth one from the end one, would that make the third one? Well, the fourth one did not say, well, who is a genius?
the fifth from the end one said.
What is a genius? She said, and
He said, what is a genius? Who is a genius?
well,
What is a genius? Then the second from the one spoke more slowly.
And he says,
It is always well to tell what it is that is done. And the first one of the 7 said in meditation.
is a word of one syllable. Easier to understand than one of 7. I wonder. Anyway, everything is a story. Anything is a story. You are listening. Anything is a story of what anybody is like. No story is interesting, although I always listen to it. And they have to make up the ending. And if it does not make you cry, and no, nothing makes you cry because no one can cry, then there is no ending. That is what makes the story what it is. And now, I will tell you.
That is what the last of the 7, the first of the 7 is saying. And just as they have to do as they are told.
Altogether, they say, I wish words of one syllable were as bold as any. I will tell in words of one syllable anything there is to tell, not very well, but just well.
Then there is no curtain. Curtain is a word of 2 syllables.
yes, again.
and just then nobody disturbed them, and so they could listen, and they listened to this.
Sweet William had his genius. And so we did not look for it. Where am I, Jack?
So he could tell a careful story.
So he could tell a careful story about how they enjoyed themselves, if they did.
But he did not have his Lillian.
Oh, but he did not have his Lillian. He looked for his Lillian. Curtained. Sweet William forgot nothing.
To forget is not to remember, but to remember
said, as Sweet William was saying.
Yes, okay. Said, as Sweet William was saying,
It is always well to tell what it is that is done.
so Sweet William saw his Lillian, and then he said,
We had his birthday on his birthday.
And he said,
all that was within him, within dear Sweet William, was found not to be hidden, but to be held up, so that anyone looking on could see them.
dear sweet Lydia.
There is no sign.
Lillian, nay does not more care for than nails.
Dear sweet Lydia.
But with the wedding is not more care for than necklace.
Dear sweet Lydia.
Whatever we see is not when we do. What? Lillian?
What?
And she lay down on a sofa. Sweet William stopped at any time and any way. No, all 5 characters rushed up. That's what they did.
But there are never 5.
No. Sweet William stopped. Any time, any way.
Lillian? Lillian is not as easily remained or remain as Sweet William.
Imagine a scene which is on this earth, in which is covered over with as many who come and go. Yeah, that's the cue. Now. They are so careless with their luggage. And luggage is gradually reduced until there is less in any other place. Is where Lillian has her blessing.
And sweet William, had William.
And so often, anywhere, all the characters are talking.
I didn't understand a word you said. Lie.
To talk is very pleasant.
Talking is how I went for that serpentine. I should wait for that.
Exactly.
Right. To talk is very pleasant when it's like writing. And I line.
This is what 3 said when they were 5.
This is what 3 said 5.
But there is never one.
No one, literally, no one must remember anything. They must be old with thought, and they must not remember anything.
All of which, very gradually. If is slow, is slowly.
Oh! Can you be left with me?
He arouses, sweet William.
Sweet William Line.
Curtain.
Oh, curtain. Curtain.
Everyone is saying there is no William. What's the William?
And Sweet William is saying,
Sweet William is saying there is no Sweet William or Sweet William.
All of it has changed. There is no more Sweet William. All of it has changed.
There's Lillian.
And then the end of dresses. All 7 makes dresses where dresses were.
what are you doing, Picasso?
It is no anxiety to be Sweet William.
And now all the world is full of people. That means it's all covered over with them. And nobody knows who anybody looks like, and that is no trouble for any Sweet William.
Sweet William says enough is enough, but he does not mean it.
If he did, wouldn't Lillian? Wouldn't Lillian?
He did, would Lillian.
Sweet, line.
And so all the world is
And so all the world was covered over with William, dear Sweet William.
The world was all covered over with Lillian, all with Lillian.
And why could there be any world during Sweet William?
Nobody answered enough.
There is a description of the world, all covered over with Sweet William. Curtain.
Very likely, no one needs to remember any time.
Sweet William! Thank you to say, dear Sweet William.
We did not leave to have to be Lillian.
And so at last, meant nothing to dear Sweet William.
Because if the world is all encovering, then it is nothing, but there is no more Sweet William.
There is dear Sweet William. Sweet William had his genius, and he looked for Lillian.
How is Lillian?
Now by the world being covered by what it is.
It might.
But if it were,
It is.
were,
Well, if it is, and if it is.
were,
Well, now
If it
you
is.
were if it is.
5, 3, 8. You all know.
And so, it makes no difference. Oh, the world is covered with Sweet William?
Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten that this is what 3?
Have you forgotten that is, was, 3, 4, and 7?
No, that's not right.
Yes.
Yes?
Well, I would smile.
Well, I would smile if smiling suited Sweet William. one had better remember to remember.
And what you better forget to forget.
Yeah, it makes no difference.
Listen to me.
Dear, sweet William and Lillian, curtain.
Sweet William, prepare it, Verger.
Sweet William, prepare tools.
Verger, 2 syllables.
Tools, 1 syllable.
Sweet William, prepare it for his hand.
What? 1 syllable. Had, 1 syllable.
Prepare it, 3 syllables. Sweet William, prepare it, Verger, and fountains, and he admired what he did.
Sweet William, continue to prepare verdure and fountain. And he admired what he did. Sweet William had his genius.
Oh, Sweet William had his syllables.
Sweet William had water and had no water in his tools.
And so
Sweet William had water in his waterfall.
Waterfall, 3 syllables made up of 2 syllables and 1 syllable.
And so Sweet William came to be about.
About 2 syllables.
Came, 1 syllable. To be, 1 syllable. Be, 1 syllable.
And now there is no opposition to anything being together.
I'm waiting. Sweet William had his genius, and he looked for his lily.
And Lillian know that the world is all covered over with people, which it is.
Lillian had no connection to syllables. Syllables are not so.
And now there is no action.
Action is 2 syllables.
Action just so, which is so.
Current.
Curtain.
How can anyone count today if they are not counting every day?
Curtain.
In no way is every day a part of speech. Curtain.
Like.
Sweet
William, go away.
Ah.
If they are or are not counting today.
In no way is every day a part of speech. Curtain.
This is what Lillian, wait a minute. What 3 would have said before. William, had William not got in the way. Curtain, no, there's no curtain there. And then, Sweet William remarkably will not go away. Curtain.
I think we should pause.
Yeah, definitely.
What's Sweet?
The way it's impacted the change to get ready.
Oh, yeah. And I am surely.
Just mean it's ready, we're on the table.
Okay, let's take it from Sweet William remarkably. Sweet William remarkably can now go away.
Sweet William, remarkably, could not stop it, could not go away. Curtain.
advantages covered over with people. And Sweet William has a fountain. He had his genius, but now he has a fountain. And he has been, one syllable, has been, is having his Lillian, 2 syllables.
Well,
So now, get ready to prepare to come in and out and about.
come one syllable, in one syllable.
And 1 syllable.
Hold. We're not ready for Sweet William's appearance.
What are they wearing?
Well, we should have stopped earlier because the whole part costume change, we still didn't have an idea what was this one and then the second one. So, I don't know why we didn't stop the first one.
David?
Yes,
Al?
we're waiting for a costume change.
It doesn't help me.
Okay.
Why did we miss the Picasso entirely?
Okay, I understand. Wasn't my choice. Okay,
Face it.
so we're waiting for Sweet William to get in the content.
Well, that's nice too. Well, why are no horses and riders looking like Gestapo?
It's 1936.
Thought there?
It's 1936. The Gestapo was in.
It's 36, actually, but okay. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
36 is the Spanish Civil War is gearing up.
Yes, so we should have brown shoes. Oh dear.
All right. Alice.
Do we know what happened?
Yes.
Could you tell us?
There's 2 factors here. One, in Romania, all the changes will be in the back.
Ah,
So there's additional time now to run out, go into the trailers, change the costumes, and run back.
yes.
Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, we can adjust certain things to let, now that we know how long the time takes to do the curtain, to do the costume change. So we're just learning this for the first time.
Does that know?
Yeah. So, this may solve itself. And I'm amazed that you got, but you didn't have the dress to deal with. Okay, let's take it from, so now be ready to prepare.
Okay.
Yes.
So now get ready to prepare to come in and out and about.
Come, one syllable. In, one syllable.
And
No,
1
well, let's do this
syllable.
again. Let's do this again. You enter on out. So that will give you more time. Okay, cue it.
So now get ready to prepare to come in and out and about.
Come, one syllable. In, one syllable.
And 1 syllable.
Out. What? Syllable.
About 2 syllables. And everything starts then.
Now you see why Sweet William is often, very often.
Everyone. Everybody sees it all coming.
What, my friend?
Curtain.
Me?
Yes.
Curtain.
Sweet William!
Dear Sweet William.
There are no characters where there is Sweet William. Sweet William says what each one can do.
Words of one syllable.
What each one does. Words of 1 syllable, although it does not sound like it.
What each one can do.
There are no characters where there is sweet melody.
Sweet William is never all alone. Therefore, there are no characters there. Where is sweet William?
Oh, more, that's why they're dressed like that.
Sweet William. Suddenly, there is a war. Suddenly is a word in 3 syllables. There is a war. Sweet William, suddenly there is a war. Sweet William, what is suddenly there is a war? Sweet William, the earth is covered all over when this is. So it is not so that suddenly there is a war. Because suddenly, the world is all covered with people, then suddenly is not anymore. Sweet William, if the earth is, which the earth is, covered over, all over with people, then there is no sudden anymore. Sweet William never weeps, never expresses himself. Sweet William never weeps. Sweet William never expresses himself. Suddenly there is a war. If the earth, which it is covered over with everybody, which they are, then never anymore is there any sudden anymore. So then, where are we? Words of one syllable. Where we are. Sweet William had his genius, and he looked for his million. Sweet William.
Curtain.
Sweet William had his genius and he looked for his million.
There is no sun anyhow.
Sweet William. Sweet William had his genius and he looked for his million.
There were people here and there everywhere. There are people there, here, everywhere.
There are people here and there everywhere. All at once, Sweet William had his genius and he looked for his million. All of a sudden,
Curtain.
there is no all of a sudden. There are people everywhere.
Where?
Everywhere.
But do I like it?
You do not like it.
Everywhere.
Curtain.
And so, there are people on the earth everywhere. Sudden is not sudden anywhere.
Do I like sudden if there is no sudden anywhere? Do I like everywhere if there are people on the earth everywhere? Everywhere.
Anywhere.
No war is begun again, because war is sudden, and there is no sudden anywhere because there are people on the earth everywhere. Did I say it as I was saying? Saying something. Saying if I was saying something. Saying something. Was I saying something?
There.
Saying that it was just as well not to see what to say. There.
All at once, there was and there had not been a war. All at once. One syllable. All at once. Words of one syllable. More often, not words of one syllable, all at once. Words of one syllable. Sweet William was never worried by words of more syllables. Sweet William was never troubled by war.
Was I troubled?
Not anymore. And small word, 2 syllables.
Any.
Not troubled any more. Half the earth was covered all over with people, which it is. Not after, not ever after. Ever after.
Ever after. Words of 2 syllables.
Any. Ever.
Sweet William had his genius, and he looked for his Lillian.
Sweet William had his genius.
Sweet William had his Lillian.
Sweet William.
Dear Sweet William.
Sweet William. Sweet William never said I, because I has no syllables, not even one.
Can a letter be a word of one syllable?
Sweet William didn't ask everyone.
How can anyone ask everyone? When the earth is all covered over with everyone.
Sweet William did ask anyone.
Dear Sweet William.
Dear Sweet William.
Curtain. And in the last 3. Act 4. Some more.
If you say it again, say it again.
Say it again.
No, say it again.
Listen to me. Say it again.
Say it some more. Say it more and more.
Say what you say.
All these words of one syllable yet and again.
Help me.
All the characters, they chose say as the word to say because say is what they say.
Too low. You will stay here for now.
Sweet William was never really there. Neither was Lillian.
You may applause now.
Let's work that door.
Watch out.
Okay.
You guys are great. Horses.
Okay, so you need to say, okay. You need to say curtains because that ends it and that's the cue for the.
When do you want curtain?
After Josephine.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So Josephine can help you up.
Yes, she's quite strong. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No,
So
but
let's,
darling, it's these chairs are too low.
no, I
If
understand.
we have a decent chair,
No,
I'm
no,
fine.
I understand. Let's take Act 4, lady sit. Okay, so let's take Act 4.
Yeah, it's these chairs.
No, we're learning from Romania that they need to be much
Well,
higher.
I told you this.
Yeah, well, okay. Act 3, and end of Act 3.
Curtain. And end of Act 3. Act 4. Some more.
You say it again. Say it again.
Again.
No, say it again.
Listen to me. Say it again.
Say it some more.
Say it more.
Say what you say.
All these words are one syllable yet and again. All the characters, they chose say as the word to say, because to say it is what they say.
Josephine?
Sweet William was never really there. Neither was Lillian.
Curtain. Stones in the shoes.
And then leave it all exit. Okay, cool, great.
Yeah, let me sit for a moment.
So, there's a sequence that has to be worked. And, we're gonna have to approximate.
Yeah, I kind of feel it. I'm supposed to know when how long it goes. And I do not.
Is James right?
James.
Yes.
I need to go over the sequence.
Which section is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how come we really
Oh, dear. You are free to go. Thank you so much. It was so good to have some people to look at, because this is such a difficult text. It's so hard to remember it, because it all sounds the same. So, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, Patricia.